let me show you something here. Right now I'm working on building my fence for my goats. And in Arkansas, the soil type is known as chunk rock. So if you look at my soil here, whenever I'm digging up anything, I mean, this is actually really good right now, but there's all these rocks in it. But mostly, I mean, I found a good spot right now. This is all over my property, these rocks. And when you're putting a T-post in, you don't know if you're going to be having one of these guys right in the way of where your T-post is, or worse, one of that. And so far, I've put in about 150 T-posts, and I can't even begin to count how many holes I've dug. About every 10 feet or 10 posts, I put in 2 or 3 of these cedar trees. I'm still working through that first batch that I got last winter. I bought about, I think it was like 500. No, it's $500 worth. So, yeah, about 125 cedar posts, and I have about 6 left to go into the ground. Then I might need to get some more, but I'm on the home stretch. I'm trying to make my way through the woods here. So periodically I have to get my chainsaw out and cut down some trees. And digging one of these holes takes me about 45 minutes to dig it out, pack it back in, and then I have to dig a second one. Let me just kind of show you what I'm doing here. But yeah, I mean, all along the way, I got these big trees and they're in my path. I could have gone up right up to my property. Oh, this is all my property, but right up to kind of the cleared area. But what I don't want is I don't want the goats right on top of me. I like to create some brush between them and me. I mean, I'm giving them 7 acres. Eventually, they're gonna have everything they need, but this is the driveway. So every corner, I gotta put 3 in. And this is solid. Like, I just take the dirt and you have to pack it back in. And cedar doesn't rot. I mean, I think everything will break down through time, but that can last 30 years. Right there. And, you know, sometimes getting the T-post in is easier than others. But lately they've been really hard. As I go down my mountain or my hill, it is easier. But now I'm on the home stretch, just going straight across on the top of my property, and the soil's more compacted. There's more rocks. So yeah, it's gonna go all the way around. It's gonna fence in my entire property. Well, that's eventually the goal, but yeah, it just keeps going. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I try to get 2 cedar posts in a day, pack them back in, and then get 10 T-posts. And by that, I'm pretty spent. It's also summertime, so after that, depending on how early I started, I got a little late start today, 8:30. Sometimes I'm out here at like 6:30 or 7 before it gets hot. But it's cloudy today. Highs in the upper 80s, which for August, I'm not complaining about. I think it's actually pretty good. It was 90, 98 yesterday, which is way above average. And I still did some work, but I called it a day around, it's like 9:30, 10. And then I just did other things. Usually water my garden, where I can give myself a hose shower, which is always nice. But it's also tick and chigger season. So while I'm going through the woods, I gotta deal with that. I have my boots. Usually my tape's kind of coming off, but usually the ticks that are coming up will stick to the duct tape. The chiggers, they still found their way to me yesterday, but if you don't know about chiggers, they're called no-see-ums. They're so tiny. They're on you, you don't even know it. But they will they really itch. They bite you and it'll show up like within 24 hours. But I guess because I've been bitten so many times by chiggers that I don't react like I used to. It'll itch a little bit, but it won't. Kind of like a mosquito bite. Maybe a little longer, but nothing terrible. All right, so I got about 22 more T-posts. Probably like, I don't know, I might have to do like 8 to 10 more of these, which is not going to be fun. So yeah, I'm just getting started. Hopefully I can get 2 more of these in today, support it, run a line of T-posts down, and call it a day before noon. That's kind of my goal. All right, that's what is happening on the homestead.